Hey guys, happy Thursday. What I want to talk about is my husband's book, Go Next. There's a particular chapter in here. Also, we have a link if you would like to go purchase it. The book called Go Next. It's really amazing. So I was reading through this because I am ready to go to the next level. I wanted to highlight a specific chapter in chapter 4 called Reset. Listen, this is fire. And so for those that are roughly amount around my age, those that play video games, um, he talks about when he used to own a Nintendo, right? My brother owned one because he was older. So, yeah, so he used to own a Nintendo. And every time he would get frustrated on a level that he was stuck at, what would he do? He would go and hit the reset button. And so he would hit that reset button because, like, he just couldn't get past the level, right? And I remember that reset button when I was a little kid playing with the Nintendo, which I was about like 5. I remember the Sega Genesis had the reset button as well too. So I used to play a game called Sonic and would be like, bloop, all right, let's go ahead and restart that, right? Um, so what he was saying was that um what's crazy is that whenever you reset the game, like you think that, okay, I'm going to start all over and I'm going to start from the beginning and I'm going to make it all the way, but then you get stuck on that same particular level. And so you may have went past level 1, level 2, you get to level 3, you get stuck, you get frustrated, and then you boop, hit the reset button and start with level 1, level 2, then you get stuck on level 3, and then boom, you hit the reset button. So it's almost like a cycle over and over again to where you're trying, right? One of the quotes that he says in here is that happens to so many people. Right when you get to a breakthrough in your life, you get stuck. Everything is moving around you, but you can't go anywhere. And so the thing is how do you get past another level? And one of the things that he talks about is a set point where your mind is set. And he talks about mindset is an image that sets your desire and expectations. I love that. And so sometimes in our mindsets, we have little glitches, right? That keep us stuck on the same level. And so one of the things that he brought out, and I love when he preaches on this, is something called cheat codes, right? Now, again, I don't know if you guys know anything about that. You guys got to be like, I don't say old, but you know what I'm saying? Like you got to be like my age or older, right? Um, probably maybe older when they used to have cheat codes in the back of the magazine, left, right, AB, or whatever they used to do, right? It was a lot of buttons. So I wasn't privy to those magazines, but the cheat codes were in the magazines. Once you put in the cheat codes, what he says in here is that you end up at a better level, a better place than where you started. And so what's important is that there are some cheat codes for life. And he says, believe it or not, you can learn from someone else's experiences. You can do personal development. There are certain things that you can do that can actually take you from one level to the next level, right? And I know it seems like, hey, that's not fair. That's not, and rather, we call it cheat codes, but they're really principles to live by. And they're really principles that you can actually implement in order to go from one place to another place. And so, one of the things that he says is that the principle is that you work from the right paradigm, you will do what others could only dream of doing. So the thing is that it's important to reset your mind. How do you do that, right? You have to set your mind on greater things. One of the things that's really important is that if you feel like that you're stuck, expose yourself to the next level. Expose yourself to things that you know you can't afford, right? Expose, right? Look at things. Here's one thing to do. Go, even if you're not house hunting, go house hunting and and just pull up like the most expensive houses in your state or somewhere else, right? Expand your thinking. Wow. Instead of saying, man, nobody has money, right? I dare you, it depends on what state you're in, to go to one of the richest stores, right? Or one of the most expensive stores. I can name a few. If you go to the mall, especially if you're in a bigger city, you know, you have places like Gucci, Louis Vuitton. Guess what? Every time I go past there, there is a line, right? There was a line out the door. So to say that there's a scarcity, there's not a scarcity, right? There's nothing scarce around us. And so it's really important that we learn how to expose ourselves to a greater level. Here's the thing. Actually, when I was looking at houses, I looked at recently sold. If you ever think, oh yeah, people don't have any, listen, there are houses that are selling at 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, right? 7 million. So the thing is that people are buying homes. And just because they're not within what you think is a good price point, expose yourself. See, exposure is going to bring about expansion, and expansion is where we're able to expand. That's right. We're not here to contract, we're here to expand. We're here to expand. And I know it doesn't make sense, but you got to reset your mindset. That's one thing that I love. um Here's something that I wanted to do. It is an exercise that I saw Dr. Myron Golden do. Um, and basically, this is $100 bill and this is a penny, right? This is a penny in my hand. Let me come up a little bit closer. So there's a penny in my hand. So here's $100 bill that I am putting out in front of me, right? However, if I close one eye and I put this penny up to my face, up to my eye, right? Let me do it like this. Up to my eye. Here's the thing. I can't see the $100 bill in front of me because the penny is right in front of my eye. It's right in front of my eye. And if you were to tell me, oh wait, there's a $100 bill in front of you, I can't see it because I can only see the penny in front of me. Like it's right on my eye. And some of us are so focused on the penny that's in front of us that we can't like drop it so that we can see the $100 bill in front of us, right? Because we're so focused on the lack. The penny represents the lack. And we're so focused on the lack. But once I remove it, I can see the $100 bill. I can see, wow, there's money out here, right? And so it's important to know that it's like you got to know what to focus on, right? What to focus on. You have to fix your mind on something greater than where you are so that you don't get stuck in the same place you've always been. And so there's three things that my husband points out to help you evaluate your current paradigm. Where is your current paradigm, right? Such a big word, but where is your set point, right? And he asked these three questions. What is the last thing you watched on TV? Or if we want to update it, right? Some of us don't even watch TV. Some of us are looking on our phones, we're looking at apps, we're looking at social media. What's the last thing you watched on TikTok? What's the last thing you watched on Instagram Reel? What's the last thing you watched on Facebook videos, right? What is the last thing that you watched? What did you enjoy? What pulled you in, right? Was it the drama of whatever celebrity, whatever it is? You have to reevaluate your current paradigm. Second question, that was the first question. What's the last thing you watched? And I'm going to put out social media because TV, some people watch that like Netflix and different things like that. Yes, but it's so easy to scroll nowadays. It is so easy to scroll. Second thing, who's in your inner circle? Who's on your front row, right? Who's on your front row? Is your front row with people that be like, hey, how's your little thing going? Your little business, your little something, right? They always got to put a little in front of it, right? Oh, I watched your little show, right? You got people that say lil, right? because their mindset, like they don't know that they're doing it, but they'll be like, "Hey, how's your little thing going? Oh, I saw your little thing on there, like little, like hold on, like we big things popping, right?" I got a little thug there. Let me calm down. So, all right, so that's it. Who's in your inner circle? Who's on your front row? Are these people cheering for you or are they side eyeing you? Right? Because some people don't want you to go beyond where you are, right? It's all good. And here's a question. He says, are these people helping you get to results or are they feeding into your mediocre life? I was like, oh, that's so rude. But that's what he asked. That's your second question. Who's in your inner circle? Who's on your front row? Third question, what are you posting? So this deals directly with social media. And what's crazy is that Facebook will show what you posted. Hey, memories. This is what you posted 2 years ago, right? Um, so have you, here's the thing. I'm hoping that I can look back on my social media post and cringe, right? And what I mean by that, not just cringe, like, oh my gosh, I was, maybe you could like, I don't know, don't matter. But I want to look back and like kind of cringe and be like, oh, what was I doing? Like, what was I doing? Like, I elevated from there. What was I doing coming on at midnight? Looking the way I was looking, right? What was I doing? Now I'm doing bigger and better things. So there has to be signs of progression. It's okay to look back and say, okay, 3 years ago, this is where I was. Wow, I had a really different mindset. I don't even think like that anymore. And it's okay, right? It's okay to evolve and progress in your mindset. Like it's really good. And the last thing I want to point out, the last two sentences in this chapter, again, Tori Montgomery, go next, right? In order to get to the next level, you must determine where you are. When you discover where you are, you must find the map to get where you're going. When you find the map, it's simple. Just go because there's clarity, right? Evaluate that there are no results in your life. You getting results, but you don't know, like you don't like the results. So anyways, just wanted to point that out. A reset may be in order for you. So get a cheat code, right? Get experience, get exposure, see yourself. One of the things that you can do is go to a restaurant to where things are just uber expensive. You're going to find that restaurant, you're not going to find that restaurant struggling because they're going to have people in that restaurant. Like every what you want to call it, what expensive or high-end restaurant, yeah, they ain't struggling. They're doing pretty good. Ask Ferrari, ask Rolls Royce, ask Bentley, you know. They're not doing too shabby, right? Even though the prices are maybe beyond, you know, you may be watching this and be like, oh yeah, there's nothing. I got like 3 of them in my garage. So that's cool too. So the thing is that there's always another level to stretch beyond to get to where you currently are. So yeah, just really enjoy this. And I hope y'all have a blessed night and God bless. Y'all have a good one.